I think this idea that you need God to be a good guy, well, that just proves that you're only doing it because you're afraid.
Because of God, there is bloodshed everywhere.
Faith, unsupported by evidence, is a lethal weapon. Well, it doesn't have to be, of course it doesn't have to be, but it can be.
Because of the ominous nature of what we do see in the United States Congress, we are under threat. This is the time in American history where we see the rise of theocracy like never before. Never since the Constitution in 1787 have we seen such power among theocrats in this country.
Because of God, there is hatred among people.
The point is that they do believe that it is the will of God that they should detonate themselves and blow up a busload of people or blow up a skyscraper in New York.
You ever notice whenever there's like death and destruction or some sort of like a shooting spree somewhere, Jesus or God always come up in the conversation. Their name always comes up in court. As God talked to me through the dog and told me I should do. It's like God has these fucking nutters on a speed dial.
Now, I'm a proponent of this idea that religion is a kind of terrible parasite that preys on intrinsic inclinations to see agency in the world around us, and also this attempt we have to try and find solace in wishful thinking.
Because of God, there is ignorance all over the world.
Oh my God, the creationists. Honestly, I feel like sometimes I cast forward, you know, and I realize that, 500 years in the future, we're still not going to have flying cars, but we are going to look back and be like, could you imagine how crazy we were back then? People actually wanted to, eliminate science from school because of the Bible?
People are funny.
But you want to get rid of religion. No, I honestly wouldn't give a crap about what people believe in. But unfortunately, more often than not, people's beliefs influence their actions and their ideologies.
Because of God, there is illiteracy and poverty.
That there's already a lot of laws on the books today in America that are really theocratic laws.
Religion, read the First Amendment. It says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. And the courts have consistently upheld that the government must back off and be neutral. It is these evangelicals who are confusing neutrality with hostility. They think if the government is not blowing their trumpet, somehow that's offending their freedom to believe.
And I don't really feel offended by the prayer, by the wording of the prayer itself. I feel offended by the fact that no one cares that my rights are being taken away. And it's not just mine. Their rights are being taken away too. If they weren't Catholics, they'd be all over this. If it was a Muslim prayer, it'd be gone.
I'm angry that school boards all across this country are still, 80-plus years after the Scopes trial, still having to spend time and money and resources on the battle to teach evolution in the public schools.
It's just, we have to fight it. That's the only way progress is going to be made. In fact, that's the only way we're even going to stop them from taking away more rights. You don't realize it because it's not immediate. But they are. They're trickling in. And every time you think, oh, well, we'll let it go, it happens. When you're on a diet and you keep cheating over and over again, you're not going to lose any weight.
Because of God, freedom of expression, human rights, and women's rights are denied.
So stop fucking telling us that the Bible says that being gay is unnatural, because I've read the Bible, and there is a lot of unnatural shit that happens in that book.
Because of God, millions of women have been suffering. They are stoned, they are flogged, they are burned to death.
Well, I think that this is just part of me, this desire to do the right thing and to stand up for what I know is right and defend my rights as well as others. That's something that will never go away. Whether I decide to pursue a career in this field, whether it be law or politics or something along those lines, I'll always be fighting forever, because that's something that I just love to do and I feel like I need to do it.
Because of God, I was charged with blasphemy.
I do not believe that there is a jealous, capricious, angry, vengeful, insecure, cruel, murderous critter named God up there or down there, wherever. I don't believe it's true, the claims that this God exists. But again, I can't prove that he doesn't exist because I can't prove that negative, but I'm not required to. I know I repeat myself, but I want to make that very clear to you. I am an atheist, yes, and proudly so.
There is no God. We don't need any God.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Gay people are becoming more accepted, even if it is slight, because they're coming out and everyone's thinking, oh, Joe's gay, but I like Joe, so I guess gay people really aren't that bad. Atheists have to do the same thing now. Atheists have to come out of the closet, and eventually society will accept that.
It's been unfortunate, but secular Americans have not really organized themselves. They haven't really become activists. Sometimes they will talk in a philosophical way about our issues and what we believe, but that's simply not enough anymore. We need to move forward.
If we don't organize, we will be the only ones not organized. Religion will be organized, we won't be organized, and that means we lose and they win.
Come to the Reason Rally. Come out as an atheist or agnostic. Banish the superstition of centuries and look forward to a time when reason rules the world.
It's going to be the atheist version of Woodstock, the secular version of Woodstock.
It promises to be the largest atheist gathering ever. Maybe 30,000 people converging on Washington, D.C.
Without God, we can live in peace.
Science is interesting, and if you don't agree, you can fuck off.